Have you been waking up at exactly 11:11 at night, glancing at your phone and seeing 11:11 on repeat? Maybe you're driving down the highway and your odometer hits 111,111 miles at the exact moment your favorite song comes on the radio. And there's this feeling, isn't there? This knowing that something profound is happening beneath the surface of your everyday reality. You're not imagining it. You're not going crazy. And no, this isn't just a coincidence. What you're experiencing is one of the universe's most powerful calling cards, a direct invitation from the cosmos itself. When 11:11 appears repeatedly in your life, it's not just a number sequence. It's a portal opening. It's the universe tapping you on the shoulder, whispering, "Pay attention. Something extraordinary is about to unfold." Right now, in this very moment, you're being invited to step through a doorway that most people never even notice exists. And by the time you finish watching this, you'll understand not just what this invitation means, but exactly how to accept it and transform your entire reality in the process. The signs have been building, haven't they? That restless feeling in your chest. The dreams that feel more real than your waking life. The sudden knowing that your old way of being in the world is no longer sustainable. The 11:11 appearances are confirmation that you're already in motion towards something magnificent. If you're feeling that familiar flutter of recognition in your heart right now, that sense that this message found you at exactly the right moment, then the universe is using this very video to communicate with you. Subscribe to this channel now, because what I'm about to share with you is precisely what you've been seeking, even if you haven't been able to put it into words yet. The algorithm didn't randomly suggest this video to you. Nothing is random. This is divine orchestration at work. First frequency, the awakening code. Let's start with what 11:11 actually represents in the fabric of reality itself. In the ancient understanding of numerology, the number 1 represents new beginnings, creation, and individual sovereignty. But when 4 ones align in perfect symmetry, something alchemical occurs. Angel number 11:11 signifies new beginnings and spiritual awakening, urging you to embark on a path of self-discovery and growth. But here's what most people don't understand about 11:11. It's not just an angel number. It's what spiritual teachers call a light code, a frequency transmission from higher dimensional consciousness that literally rewrites your energetic DNA. When you see 11:11, you're receiving a download of information that your logical mind cannot process, but your soul recognizes immediately. Think of it this way. Imagine you're a radio that has been tuned to the same station your entire life. Suddenly, another frequency starts bleeding through, clearer, more beautiful, more true than anything you've ever heard. That's what's happening when 11:11 appears. Your consciousness is literally being upgraded to receive transmissions from a higher dimensional reality. The appearance of 11:11 marks the beginning of what ancient traditions call the Great Remembering. You are remembering who you truly are beyond your human personality, beyond your current circumstances, beyond everything you've been told is possible for your life. You are remembering that you are not just a physical being having a spiritual experience. You are a multidimensional consciousness choosing to express itself through human form. This is why seeing 11:11 often coincides with periods of intense life transformation. Jobs ending unexpectedly. Relationships shifting. Old patterns crumbling. What feels like chaos is actually divine orchestration, clearing space for you to step into a completely new octave of existence. Your soul chose to incarnate at this particular time in human history because you have work to do here. You have a frequency to anchor on this planet. You have gifts to share that the world desperately needs. And 11:11 is the activation code that awakens you to this mission. Second frequency, the mirror of manifestation. But there's something even more profound happening when 11:11 shows up in your life. You see, in the quantum field, the invisible realm where all possibilities exist simultaneously, 11:11 acts as what we call a manifestation portal. It's the universe showing you that the veil between your inner world and outer reality is dissolving. Here's a secret that most manifestation teachers won't tell you. Manifestation isn't about forcing the universe to give you what you want. It's about recognizing that what you're seeking is already seeking you. When 11:11 appears, it's confirmation that you and your desires are in a state of mutual magnetic attraction. But this isn't the surface-level manifestation of material things. This is soul-level manifestation, the emergence of your highest potential self into physical reality. Angel number 1111 is a divine message signifying that your desires are in alignment with your highest potential, and your soul's purpose is being realized with support and guidance. Every time you see 1111, the universe is essentially holding up a mirror and saying, "Look, this is how quickly reality can shift when you align with your truth." The synchronicity itself is proof that you are not separate from the creative force of the universe. You are not trying to manipulate external circumstances. You are the creative force, expressing itself through your unique perspective and experience. This is why 1111 often appears during moments of deep decision-making or life transitions. Your soul is communicating through the language of synchronicity, showing you that you have more power than you realize. The external world is not happening to you. It's happening through you, as a reflection of your inner state. When you begin to understand this level of co-creation with the universe, everything changes. You stop being a victim of circumstances and start being a conscious collaborator with life itself. You realize that your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are not just internal experiences. They are the very forces that shape the reality around you. If what I'm sharing is resonating with something deep inside you, if you're feeling that sense of, yes, this is what I've been waiting to understand, then subscribe to this channel right now. It's your way of saying yes to more messages like this, more validation of what your soul already knows to be true. Your subscription is actually a form of energetic agreement with the universe that you're ready for deeper teachings, more profound activations. Third frequency, the sacred pause. Now, let's talk about timing, because the appearance of 1111 is never random. It always shows up during what I call the sacred pause, those liminal moments when you're suspended between one reality and another. You might be in the middle of a major life transition. Perhaps you've been questioning everything you thought you knew about yourself, your purpose, your relationships, your career. This is not a crisis. This is an initiation. The 1111 Gateway is celebrated for its role as an energetic portal that channels high-frequency light codes to Earth, supporting the acceleration of consciousness and spiritual awakening. You are being inducted into a higher level of consciousness, and 1111 is the ceremonial invitation. In ancient mystery schools, initiates would undergo periods of dissolution before emerging into their power. The old identity would have to die for the new self to be born. What you're experiencing, that sense of everything familiar falling away, is not happening to you. It's happening for you. The universe is creating space for you to embody a frequency that your old life could not contain. Your old habits, relationships, and circumstances were calibrated to a previous version of you. But you are evolving beyond that container, and something has to give. This is why 1111 often appears during what feels like dark nights of the soul. You're not losing your way, you're finding it. The confusion, the uncertainty, the feeling of being between worlds. This is the sacred space where transformation occurs. You are being emptied of everything that is not authentically you so that you can be filled with what truly is. Trust the pause. Trust the not knowing. Trust that you are being held by forces far more intelligent than your logical mind. The same intelligence that orchestrates the movement of planets and the blooming of flowers is orchestrating your awakening. And 1111 is its way of reminding you that you are never, ever alone in this process. Fourth frequency, the language of synchronicity. Here's where things get really interesting. Once you start paying attention to 1111, you begin to notice that it's part of a much larger conversation the universe has been trying to have with you all along. Suddenly, you start seeing other repeating numbers: 222, 333, 444. License plates with meaningful words appear at exactly the right moments. Songs with profound lyrics play just when you need to hear them. People show up in your life who say exactly what you need to hear. This is the universe teaching you its native language, the language of synchronicity, of meaningful coincidence, of poetry woven into the fabric of everyday life. Seeing 1111 is a wake-up call of divine intervention. It is a message from the divine creator and your team of angels and spirit guides to visualize the big picture of your life. But here's what most people miss. Synchronicity isn't just something that happens to you. It's something you learn to participate in consciously. The more you acknowledge and celebrate these sacred coincidences, the more they multiply. The more you trust them, the clearer they become. Your consciousness is literally learning to dance with the intelligence of the universe. And 1111 is teaching you the steps. Every time you see 1111 and pause to acknowledge it, even just mentally saying thank you are strengthening your ability to perceive the subtle communications that are constantly flowing between you and the cosmos. You are developing what could be called cosmic consciousness, the ability to see the deeper patterns and purposes operating in your life. This is not about becoming special or chosen. This is about remembering that the sacred is always present, always communicating, always inviting you into deeper relationship with the mystery of existence. You have always been in conversation with the universe. 1111 is simply helping you remember how to listen. Some of the most successful, fulfilled, and spiritually awakened people I know are those who have learned to navigate life through this inner compass of synchronicity. They make decisions based on what feels aligned. They pay attention to the signs. They trust the timing of their unfolding. And their lives reflect a kind of magic that cannot be explained through conventional understanding. Fifth frequency, the portal of purpose. And this brings us to the deepest layer of what 1111 represents, your unique soul mission in this lifetime. The 1111 Gateway is a collective, high-vibrational portal opening to assist the evolution of consciousness on the Earth at this time. You are not here by accident. You chose to be here, now, during this unprecedented time of planetary transformation. The repeated appearance of 1111 is the universe's way of activating your remembrance of why you came. It's calling you to step fully into your role as a bridge between dimensions, as a keeper of frequency, as an agent of the new Earth that is emerging. This doesn't mean you need to quit your job and become a spiritual teacher, although some of you might. It means you need to start showing up as your authentic self in whatever context you find yourself. It means trusting that your very presence, your unique way of being in the world, is a form of service. Every time you choose love over fear, truth over conformity, compassion over judgment, you are fulfilling your soul's mission. Every time you remain centered in the midst of chaos, you are anchoring a frequency of peace on the planet. Every time you speak your truth, even when it's uncomfortable, you give others permission to do the same. The world needs what you came here to give. Not the sanitized, people-pleasing version of you, but the raw, real, unapologetically authentic you. The gifts you have, the ones that feel so natural you might not even recognize them as gifts, these are precisely what the collective consciousness is calling forth. 1111 is the universe's way of saying, it's time. Stop hiding. Stop playing small. Stop pretending you're not here for something extraordinary. You are here to be part of the greatest shift in human consciousness that has ever occurred. And it starts with you saying yes to who you really are. I want you to take a moment right now and think about your most profound 1111 experience. Maybe it was the moment you realized you were seeing it everywhere. Maybe it was a specific instance when 1111 appeared at exactly the moment you needed a sign. Maybe it was the way everything changed after you started paying attention to it. Share your story in the comments below. Tell us about your relationship with 1111. Your experience might be exactly what another soul needs to hear today to validate their own awakening. We're all walking each other home to our true selves, and your story is part of that collective healing. The integration, living as a portal. So what does it mean to live as someone who has received the 1111 activation? How do you integrate this understanding into your daily life? First, understand that you have become a walking portal between dimensions. Your very existence bridges the physical and spiritual realms. This means that everything you do, from the most mundane tasks to your deepest creative expressions, can become a form of spiritual practice. When you brush your teeth, you can do it with presence and gratitude. When you have conversations with others, you can speak from your heart rather than your ego. When you make decisions, you can ask yourself, what would my highest self choose here? This is practical mysticism, bringing the sacred into every aspect of your life. Second, trust your intuition above all else. The 1111 activation has enhanced your inner knowing. Those gut feelings, those sudden insights, those inexplicable urges to take certain actions, these are not random. They are guidance from your higher self, from your guides, from the universe itself. The more you follow this inner compass, the more accurate it becomes. Third, become a student of synchronicity. Start keeping a journal of meaningful coincidences, signs, and synchronicities. Notice patterns. Pay attention to what happens when you align with the flow versus when you resist it. Let the universe teach you how to dance with it more skillfully. Fourth, remember that you are not responsible for other people's awakening, but you are responsible for your own authenticity. Some people in your life might not understand the changes happening within you. That's okay. Your job is not to convince them or drag them along. Your job is to be a living example of what's possible when someone chooses to align with their highest truth. The most radical thing you can do is to be genuinely happy, genuinely at peace, genuinely yourself in a world that profits from your dissatisfaction and conformity. Your joy, your peace, your authenticity is a form of rebellion against systems that depend on your unconsciousness. The deeper mystery. But there's something even deeper that I want to share with you about the 1111 phenomenon. In quantum physics, there's a concept called observer effect, the idea that the very act of observing something changes it. When you consciously notice 1111, you are not just receiving a message from the universe. You are actively participating in the creation of your reality. Your attention is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. Where you place your attention, energy flows. And when you place your attention on sacred signs like 1111, you are literally weaving more magic into your life. You are telling the universe, yes, I am ready for more mystery, more synchronicity, more divine communication. This is why some people see 1111 constantly while others never notice it. It's not that the universe is playing favorites. It's that some people have trained their consciousness to be receptive to these subtle communications while others remain unconscious to them. The beautiful thing is that once you start seeing 1111, once you start acknowledging it and working with it consciously, you activate what could be called a synchronicity cascade. The universe begins communicating with you through more and more signs, symbols, and meaningful coincidences. Your life becomes a living prayer, a continuous conversation with the sacred, the collective awakening. Here's something that will blow your mind. You are not the only one seeing 1111 right now. All over the planet, millions of people are having similar experiences. They're seeing 1111. They're questioning everything they thought they knew about reality. They're feeling called to step into their authentic power. This is not a coincidence. This is evidence that we are living through the most significant collective awakening in human history. The 1111 Gateway Portal is a mystical and spiritually charged moment in time that offers us the opportunity to elevate our consciousness, set intentions for positive change, and connect with the higher realms of existence. We are collectively graduating from a consciousness based on separation, fear, and scarcity into a consciousness based on unity, love, and abundance. And people like you, people who are sensitive to the signs, who are willing to question the mainstream narrative, who are brave enough to trust their inner knowing. You are the pioneers of this new way of being. This is why your awakening matters not just for you, but for the entire human family. Every time you choose love over fear, every time you trust your intuition over external authority, every time you speak your truth, you are contributing to the collective shift in consciousness that is transforming our planet. You are not just experiencing personal awakening. You are participating in planetary awakening. And 1111 is the universe's way of letting you know that you are right on time, right on track, and exactly where you need to be. The eternal moment. The deepest teaching of 1111 is about presence, about recognizing that this moment, right now, is the only moment that truly exists. The past exists only in memory, the future only in imagination. All of your power, all of your creative potential, all of your capacity for joy and love and transformation exists in this eternal now. When you see 1111, you are being invited to drop fully into the present moment. To stop worrying about what happened yesterday or what might happen tomorrow. To be here, now, fully alive and fully present to the miracle of your existence. This is where real transformation happens, not in the dramatic peak experiences, but in the quiet moments of presence, of gratitude, of simple awareness that you are here, you are alive, you are part of the greatest story ever told. The universe is not somewhere out there separate from you. The universe is here, expressing itself as you, through you, in this moment. You are not trying to connect with the divine. You are the divine, temporarily clothed in human form, having a human experience. 1111 is a reminder of this truth. It's the universe winking at you, reminding you of who you really are behind all the stories, all the roles, all the identities you've accumulated. You are consciousness itself, exploring its own infinite creativity through your unique perspective and experience. The sacred yes. So the question becomes, what will you do with this knowing? How will you honor the invitation that 1111 represents? How will you step more fully into your role as a conscious co-creator with the universe? The answer is both simple and profound. You begin by saying yes. Yes to your intuition. Yes to your dreams. Yes to your authentic self. Yes to love. Yes to mystery. Yes to the adventure of conscious evolution. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to know exactly how your life is going to unfold. You just need to be willing to take the next step, to follow the next intuitive nudge, to trust that you are being guided by a wisdom far greater than your logical mind. The path of awakening is not about perfection. It's about presence. It's about showing up fully to your life as it is while remaining open to what it might become. It's about being willing to be surprised by the universe, to let it love you in ways you never thought possible. Every moment is a fresh opportunity to align with your highest truth. Every breath is a chance to choose love over fear. Every heartbeat is an invitation to remember that you are already everything you've been searching for. The infinite loop. And here's the beautiful paradox of the 1111 experience. The more you trust it, the more it reveals itself to you. The more you work with it consciously, the more powerful it becomes in your life. You enter into what could be called an infinite loop with the universe, a continuous exchange of love, guidance, and support. The universe shows you signs. You acknowledge and follow them. Your life improves in ways both subtle and profound. Your gratitude and trust deepens. The universe responds by showing you even more signs, even clearer guidance. And on it goes, spiraling you deeper into communion with the sacred, higher into your own divine potential. This is not about becoming dependent on external signs. This is about remembering your inherent connection to the intelligence that orchestrates all of life. The signs are not separate from you. They are expressions of your own higher consciousness communicating with your human self. You are not waiting for 1111 to save you or fix your life. You are recognizing that you and 1111 are part of the same unified field of consciousness that is always working for your highest good. You are learning to collaborate with this field rather than resist it. Living the miracle. What would your life look like if you truly lived as if you were in constant communication with the universe? If you trusted that every experience, every challenge, every joy was perfectly orchestrated for your growth and awakening? If you knew, beyond any doubt, that you were supported by forces of love beyond your wildest imagination? This is what the 1111 activation is calling you toward. Not a life of passive waiting for signs, but a life of active participation in the miracle of existence. Not a life of spiritual bypassing, but a life of practical mysticism where the sacred and mundane dance together in perfect harmony. You might still have bills to pay, relationships to navigate, challenges to face. But you meet all of these experiences from a completely different place, from the knowing that you are not alone, that you are guided, that you are exactly where you need to be for your soul's evolution. The ordinary becomes extraordinary. The mundane becomes sacred. The challenging becomes opportunity for growth. The beautiful becomes evidence of the universe's infinite love for you. This is not positive thinking or spiritual bypassing. This is mature spirituality, the recognition that every single aspect of your human experience is part of your spiritual path, part of your awakening, part of your unique contribution to the collective evolution of consciousness. The eternal promise. And so, as we come to the completion of this transmission, I want you to know this. The 1111 phenomenon is not a temporary experience. It's not something you'll grow out of or move beyond. It's an eternal invitation into deeper and deeper communion with the mystery of existence. Years from now, decades from now, you'll still see 1111. But each time, it will speak to you at whatever level of consciousness you've attained. The message will evolve as you evolve. The invitation will deepen as you deepen. You have been chosen not because you are special in a way that makes others less special, but because you are uniquely equipped to anchor a particular frequency on this planet at this time. Your sensitivity to signs like 1111 is evidence of this cosmic assignment. The world needs your light. It needs your love. It needs your courage to be authentic in a world that often rewards conformity. It needs your willingness to trust the invisible, to believe in magic, To know that impossible things happen every day. Every time you see 1111, remember this. You are loved beyond measure by forces of love beyond imagining. You are guided every step of the way. You are never, ever alone. And everything, absolutely everything, is working together for your highest good and the highest good of all. This is the promise. This is the truth. This is what the universe has been trying to tell you all along through the sacred portal of 1111. Welcome to your awakening. Welcome to your power. Welcome to your purpose. The universe has been waiting for you to remember who you are. Now it's time to live it.